Hi everyone, today I am here to bring you a Pilates Reformer workout focused on the abdominals. Today we'll be using our wooden dowel as well as our reformer to really target our abdominal area in many different positions on the reformer and in many innovative ways. As always during this workout, please feel free to modify as necessary. Make sure that you listen to your body. Also, if you need to change your springs to the reformer that you're working on, please feel free to do so. I'm excited for this workout. I hope you are too. When you are ready, gather your equipment and we'll get started. All right guys, so I'm all set up. I've got my headrest and my foot bar up. I am on 3 heavy and 1 medium spring, and I've got my dowel in my hands. We're gonna start laying on our back for some footwork. So come on down. We'll start with our heels nice and wide on the foot bar. So just take a moment to kind of wiggle around and make sure you can find center of the carriage with your body. Make sure your heels feel nice and grounded on that foot bar. And you're in a bit of external rotation at the hip, the knee, the ankles. Then when you're ready, pull your toes back towards your shins, extend your arms up to the ceiling on that bar, and just give me a little slight pull out on the bar with your hands to activate your back body. When you're ready here, we're just going to inhale and press the carriage out and exhale and pull the carriage in. You can stay here with the hands reaching just straight up above the shoulders. Or if you'd like, just start to lower and lift the arms. So as the legs extend, the arms lower. As the legs bend, the arms lift. Nice. Check in with your body during footwork. Make sure the tailbone feels nice and heavy. That every time you exhale, you're pulling your belly button into your spine and knitting your ribs together. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. Last 2. And last time. Come all the way in. We'll move into Pilates V with all 10 toes on the foot bar, heels lifted and together, knees sit bone distance apart. When you're ready, press the carriage out, same arms, and pull the carriage in. Inhale out, exhale in. Beautiful. So once you're adding those arms in, this is just a nice little warm up for the shoulder. Good. Let's do 4 more here. Last 2, and last 1. Come all the way in. Let's move our arches onto the foot bar, inner thighs and feet together. Squeeze those inner thighs together and wrap your toes over the bar. Inhale, press out. Exhale, pull in. Imagine that you're trying to meet your toes and your heels on the other side of the bar to really start to add some flexibility into the arches of the feet. Nice. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. Last 2. And last 1. Come all the way in. Just shift so your heels are on the bar instead. Inner thighs are still together. Let's press halfway out and just pulse. Good. Holding the arms at whatever level feels comfortable. Deeply squeezing through the inner thighs. Good. Let's do 8, 7, 6. Let the heels feel nice and heavy on that foot bar. Last 2 and last 1. Press it all the way out. Keep your legs straight. Just move to your toes. And when you're ready, let's just jog through those heels. One heel lowers and then the other heel lowers under the foot bar. Good. Think about your knees tracking right in line with your hips, which are in line with your toes. For 8, 7, the last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift both heels nice and high. Bend the knees to come all the way in. Prop yourself up for just a moment. Let's change our springs. So I'm coming down to 1 heavy spring. And then I'm going to lay down again. And we are going to thread our bar through our loops. Now I have short and long loops, so I'm choosing to go through the short loop here. Once you've got that bar in there, you're going to take your hands outside your straps, Press your arms slightly forward of the shoulder and then bring your knees into a tabletop position. Make sure those shins are parallel to the floor. From here, just bring those hands right up above the shoulder. Feel the abdominals engage. Take a big breath, inhale, and then exhale. Curl your head, neck, and chest up and see if you can get that bar over your shins. Inhale to lower, exhale, curl and lift. Inhale to lower, exhale, curl and lift. Let's do 4 more here. 3. Sliding those front ribs just down to the hips. Last 2. And last 1. Lower the head down, but leave the arms forward. From here, you're going to start single leg stretch legs, sliding your knees, if possible, underneath the bar, really reaching forward through the hands, but keeping the collarbones wide. Let's do 8, 7, 6. Feeling that core warm up. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both knees back in. Keep your arms just as they are. Squeeze the knees together, and then let's bring our knees over to one side. Exhale them back center. Bring them over to the other side, and exhale them back center. So your goal is to keep that bar as steady in space as possible. As the knees drop, your opposite hip is lifting in space so that the knees can stay nice and even with one another, side to side. Take notice just if one side is kind of harder to navigate than the other. Last 2 and last 1. Keep the knees center, lift the head, neck, and chest up. That bar stays forward. Now the knees stay still and the upper body rotates. Bringing that bar to the right side and the left side of the carriage. Carriage stays still in space as you twist the core. Let's add the knees, moving in opposition to the bar. Again, your knees are staying even with one another. You're actively lifting the opposite hip and rotating through the spine. Let's do 2 more on either side, and then we'll give our neck a break for a moment. Come center and lower. Excuse me, take a moment just to look over one shoulder and the other shoulder to give your neck a second to relax. We have 1 more exercise on each side here in this position. So from here, you're gonna bring that bar forward towards the knees. Make sure the shins are parallel to the floor. Lift the head, neck, and chest up. Rotate the torso. And then you're just gonna open and close your armpits, bringing that bar to the thigh and then towards the shoulder blocks. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can curl up just a hair higher for me with the torso. We've just got 4, 3, and last time. See if you can stay lifted through your transition to the other side and go again, opening and closing the armpits. Really firing up those obliques. Let's do 4. And last 2. And 1 more time. Come through center, lower the head, rest the feet. Beautiful. From here, we are going to come up. I'm going to just take one of my straps off of my bar. See if I can navigate that. And come all the way up. Now we're going to kneel on our carriage. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change my loop to my long loop before we move. So we're going to come around and bring our feet up against our shoulder blocks. Sit our hips back to our heels. I've got one side of the bar attached to my strap. Now I'm just going to reach back and grab my other long loop. You could do this with single loops as well and attach it. So now I've got this little seat belt around my hips. Make sure that you feel comfortable here. Bring the bar to your chest. If you'd like, you can lift your hips off your heels and do this in a raised position. I'm going to start here with my hips kind of hovering over my heels and then just do a little chest press forward. Exhale, inhale. Nice, again, my hands are outside of my straps. And I'm bracing through the core to let my arms do the work. The last 4, 3, adding on. As you press that bar forward, lift the hips and press your hips forward, almost feeling like you're reaching out so your body's in a forward diagonal. And then sit halfway back, bring the bar to the chest. Again, reaching out, pressing the pelvis forward, opening up the fronts of the hips as you stand up on those knees. Nice job. Let's do 4 more here. Squeezing the glutes. 3. And last 1. Now you have the option to sit down and change out your spring to a medium spring. I'm gonna stay on this heavy spring. We'll see how it goes. I am gonna untuck my toes here just for comfort's sake. Bring my toes together and my knees hips distance apart. Extending the arms forward again. Now I'm gonna allow the springs to take me back a little bit in a diagonal, and then I'm gonna press that bar forward again, bringing my shoulders up over my knees. Leaning back and pressing forward. This is very much like thigh stretch. It is kind of thigh stretch, but just in the opposite direction. So you should feel some intensity through the quadriceps and through the core, keeping the ribs connected to the hips. Let's lean back now a little bit. Lift the sternum, coming into extension. Close the ribs and then stand back up. We'll just do 3 more like that. Lean it back, come into back extension. Close the front of the ribs, flatten that spine, and then come on up. 2 more. Arch, neutral, come up. Last time. Back, arch, neutral, and come on up. Woo! Sit all the way down. Unstrap yourself. We're gonna turn side using just 1 strap around our dowel. Again, I'm gonna change into my shorter loop, just so I have a better range of motion. Now I'm gonna grab the hand that's closest to the shoulder block on top of my strap, the hand that's furthest from the shoulder block under the strap, so that strap is nestled deep inside, deep between my hands. Take a breath, inhale here, and exhale. When you're ready, stand up on the knees and center your bar. Elbows are bent out to the sides. We're just gonna rotate towards our shoulder blocks and then towards our foot bar. Inhale. And exhale. Now I just adjusted my wrists because I was flexing my knuckles back towards my forearms, and I want to keep a strong wrist position here throughout. So just take notice. Nice job. Last 2. We're going to add 1 more thing in. Last time. Rotate back towards the shoulder blocks. Bring your hands fairly close to your chest. We're gonna rotate towards the foot bar and then firmly press that bar out on a diagonal. Bring the bar back towards us and then rotate back towards the shoulder blocks. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale and return. Let's do 4. And 3. One more time. Beautiful job. All right. Have a seat for a moment. Take that strap off. We'll turn all the way around to the other side. So rotating carefully around. I am still on that 1 heavy spring, but you could do this on a medium, short loop, or standard strap. Take your hands onto that bar. My knees are about at the center of the carriage. I'm gonna stand up, take the bar right to my sternum, and then rotate towards the shoulder blocks and rotate away. At the moment, I have a soft bend in my elbows. There's some space in between my torso and my fists. Let's do 4. Find your breath on this exercise. And one more time. Good. Turn back towards the shoulder blocks. Bring the bar in a little tighter to your chest. Let's rotate. Press the bar away. Bring the bar back in and then return. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's do 4. And 3. One more time. Very nice job. Okay. I am going to change my spring now. I'm coming down to 1 medium spring. We're going to turn around and face the back of the carriage, and I'd like you to just take your headrest down. All right. Then before we lay down, which we're going to do in just a moment, we're going to take both of our straps and attach them to the very center of the bar. Then you're going to scoot yourself forward so that your sit bones are very close to the shoulder blocks. We're going to lay all the way down. I'm going to take the straps in between my knees and kind of hug them there so that they stay nice and secure. I'm going to scooch back just a little bit so I have a better range of motion, and then bring my hands behind my head. Try to get that bar as even as you can here across the thighs. From here, small movement, just draw the knees in and out, and in and out. Upper body is in a little bit of forward flexion. Trying to soften the back of my ribs down to the carriage underneath me. Nice job. Let's do 4. Last time. Now we're just going to angle that motion. So knees come slightly to the right shoulder, back through center, slightly towards the left shoulder, back through center. Good job, guys. Let's do 4. 2 more to either side. Last 2. And last time. Final challenge. Make sure that bar feels nice and secure. Bring your toes up to the ceiling. Lower your legs forward and lift your legs back up. Let's do 4 more here. And 1 more time. Very nice job. Draw those knees in. I'm going to take that bar away, prop myself up, and then get ready to detach that bar for a moment. Good. Let's turn all the way around. Put your headrest back up. I'm going to put on 1 heavy spring. So now I'm going to be on 1 heavy and 1 medium. We're going to lay on our back again with our head on our headrest and take our long loops around our dowel. Now, you're going to take your feet onto the center of that dowel. I want to be on my kind of like where my toes meet the balls of my feet. That's most comfortable for me. You could do this on the arches as well. Whatever feels most secure. Once you've got a good grip on that bar, I want you to bring your knees over your hips. You're in Pilates V on that bar, so heels are together, toes or arches are wrapped on that bar, and then we just start by pressing the bar out and pulling it in. Good. Feel your core engage here. It's so nice after some deep abdominal work to do another exercise that is maybe focused on a different area, but still incorporates the core, because you can really feel all of those muscles working and stabilizing the rest of your body. Let's do 4 more here. Last 2. And last one. Nice. Now bring those knees right over the hips. Extend your legs up to the ceiling. Try to keep the carriage still, and then lower your long legs down. Bend the knees in, knees right over the hips. Keep the carriage still. Lift your legs up, and then lower the legs down. Bend the knees, stretch the toes to the sky, and lower the legs forward. Like we're doing a little sagittal circle in space. And the carriage is staying still when we transition from bent knees to toes to the sky. The carriage moves in the other, or between the other positions. Let's do 2 more this direction. Last time. Bend the knees, reach the toes up to the ceiling. From here, keeping the carriage still, we're just gonna bend those knees, dragging the toes or the bar down an imaginary wall. Press the legs out across the room, and then lift the legs back up again. Bend, press, lift. Bend, press, lift. Let's do 2 more here. And 1 more round. Good. Bend your knees in. Make sure you have a little space between your shoulders and your shoulder blocks. We're going to bring our hands behind our head and lift our head, neck, and chest up. I'm going to parallel off my feet and kind of bring them to the center of the bar. If you need to use your hands to do that, please feel free to do that. Bring one knee into a tabletop position. And now we're just going to start single leg stretch legs. Now I've kept my spring the same, but this could be done quite easily on one heavy spring as opposed to the heavy and the medium that we're on now. Good. Think about drawing one knee in deeply to the chest and then the other knee deeply into the chest. Let's do 4 more like this, then we'll add a little upper body movement. 3. And last one. Now as your dowel foot comes towards you, let's rotate to it and come back center. Choose an angle of the legs that allows you to rotate under your straps, right? We don't want to be hitting the straps every single time. The last 4. 3. And 1 more time. Straighten the leg, switch out your feet. We'll start just with our single leg stretch legs. Good. Upper body's in forward flexion. When you're ready, you'll add your rotation towards your dowel foot. Let's do 4 more here. And 3. And 1 more time. Good. Bring that bar in. Grab onto it with your hands. Transition your feet to your foot bar. And then we'll just unstrap our bar. Scooch even further away from your shoulder blocks so you have a lot of space there. Bring that bar just right up above the shoulders. Bring your knees into a tabletop position. From here, curl your head, neck, and chest up, reaching the bar over your shins. And then when you're ready, extend the legs over the foot bar, extend the bar back, and then hug everything back in again. Inhale out, exhale in. Let's do 5. 3. Last one. Hug those knees in. Can you get that bar behind your knees? Start your 100. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. See if you can reach those fists forward far enough that the bar does not touch the backs of the legs. Last 4. 3. Good, keep going. Last round. Lower the head down, lower the feet down. Beautiful. Let's prop ourselves all the way up. I'm gonna take that bar, just rest it next to the carriage, and then come over onto my knees with my feet against the shoulder blocks one last time. Hands on the foot bar, press your pelvis forward towards that foot bar. I'm still on that heavy and medium spring. Inhale, press the carriage out as far as feels comfortable to you. And then pull the carriage in, lifting the torso up into back extension. Feel that stretch through the core. Inhale out and exhale up and in. See if you can just find that stopper and hang out there for a moment before you return back out. Let's do 3 more here. And 2. And 1 more time. Pull yourself all the way into the stopper. See if you can find a little bit of extension through that thoracic spine. Gaze up, sternum up, pelvis forward, squeeze the glutes. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice job, guys. All right, have a seat here on the carriage. Feet can be flat on the floor or crossed on the carriage. Just take a little twist over one shoulder and a twist over the other shoulder. 1 more each way. Come back center. Inhale the arms up. Exhale the hands down. 1 more time. Inhale the arms up. And exhale the arms down. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, what you'd like to see next. Make sure you subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.